Hi everyone, it's Shar. Welcome back to my channel. So, it has been a hot minute, although you would have seen the 100 baby challenge right before this, making its return after literally like 6 months. Time isn't real and it passed way too quickly because I just was not thinking about how much time had passed. But anyway, I got a new laptop, which means the return of the gallery and return of new packs. So yay, that's been a ton of fun. And of course, I love The Sims, so I have been playing it off camera. Also, excuse me if the audio quality is not great right now. I was too lazy to plug in my external microphone, and thus here we are, just with the microphone on my MacBook Air. But anyway, this is a sim for my save file, and yes, I did forget her name in the 20 minutes since I actually recorded this video. But I wanted to make sure that in my save file, especially with the new skin tone updates, that I had Sims with a variety of skin colors. And I specifically was thinking about this Sim for a long time. I wanted her to have a very rich, very dark complexion, because a lot of the Sims that I see tend to be like very mid-tone, and I want to have more Sims who are darker than that and have more representation in my game. I also wanted her to have her natural hair texture. So this is me playing with some more CC. I think that her hair would be actually a little bit more tightly coiled than what it is here, but it's the closest thing I could get to very textured alpha CC hair, because you all know I don't mind Max's Match CC, but I do prefer alpha when it comes to hair textures. So guys, this is for my save file, which you all know is my not so very challenge, because I want to make sure, because it's a generations challenge, right? There's 10 generations, that all the Sims that my Sims run into every single generation are new Sims with their own backstories and their own backgrounds. I believe I named this Sim Jamie, and Jamie lives in Sulani. She is a child of the islands. She's just very sweet, very kind, super smart, a bookworm, and genuinely just wants to be friendly to everyone and make everyone feel welcome. She's very kind-hearted, and she lives in Sulani with her boyfriend, who you will see in 1 minute. I believe I mentioned in a previous Creative Sim video as well that I was noticing that as I was creating my Sims for the save file, I had a lot of interracial couples, which is great to have that representation, but I also wanted to have some couples that were same race, same ethnicity, etc. So Jamie has her partner, I believe I named him Curtis or something along those lines. He's getting creative right now. I'm going to change his complexion, just challenging some ideas in my own head here, right? Like, I wanted him to be very much like dad, comfortable, just very easygoing guy, because a lot of the men I tend to create in my Sims game look like Ken dolls, and I wanted a guy who just like looked more normal, but he's very charming, he's very kind, he's very kind-hearted, and these two, I would just say, are the sweethearts of Sulani. They don't have a very complex backstory. I think that Jamie is actually from Sulani, or her family's from Sulani. This is why she returned there, or she grew up there, and I think that Curtis moved to Sulani probably for a job opportunity. I see him doing some kind of like sports PR, and he does that in Sulani, maybe for like a swim team or something like that. Maybe the team goes to the Olympics. But they have a very simple and very generic backstory, which I think is in sharp contrast to a lot of the other Sims I have in my save file who have very complex backstories. I'm specifically thinking of one of my Oasis Springs families, the Luce family. Their backstory it's a lot, girl. It's a lot. So if you were in my save file and you wanted to play with a family and you just wanted someone who was very chill, very peace, this is the family you might want to play with. They're super kind, like I mentioned. Almost generic in a sense. I see Jamie being the kind of Sim who would just like sit out on the deck. She would read a book. Maybe she knits. She goes out for a swim every once in a while. I see her being into conservation. If The Sims 4 had a little bit more depth, she would probably go to a lot of those events, and she would be the one teaching like the culture of Sulani, the history of Sulani. Things like that is what I imagine her doing in her free time. I don't actually imagine Jamie having a job, but if she did have a job, it would be at some kind of cultural center working with youth to maintain the culture of Sulani. That's what I see her doing. I also wanted to make sure that even though I was using CC for the base of the Sim, obviously because it's me and my Sims have a certain aesthetic, I wanted to make sure that there were at least some families in my save file that just use content that's in the game. So even if you did download Jamie, which I have the gallery again, so I got to remember to upload these two Sims into my gallery. My username is just Charlie12. I'll leave it in the description of this video. But I wanted to make sure that if you got Jamie, that yes, her skin details would go away, and so would the eye overlay that I gave her in her hair, but that her clothes and her outfits and her aesthetic would generally stay the same. I think I used some custom traits. I've created a custom, like my custom content, best of the best, in December or right before December, so you can see that video on my channel to see what CC I use and where I get my CC from. In there, I also explained that I use Kawaii Stacy's trait bundle, so a lot of the custom traits that I get are from that, and very, very small number of them come from mods like Base Mental Drugs or Extreme Violence or something along those lines. So this is our beautiful little same Jamie. You are getting up close and personal with her. And all I'm doing now is finishing up her outfits. And to be honest with you, I was like, I don't even think I want to finish up her outfits just because I live for the drama when it comes to my save file, okay? I like Sims with very dramatic backstories, and while I love Jamie, I think she's super sweet, and I think she'll definitely have a place, or her children will have a place in the yellow generation of the Not So Berry challenge. I think that she's ultimately just a sim that is the one you play when you want to relax, right? It's the one you play for that reason. But of course, I couldn't just upload her into the gallery without any other pieces of CC. So I had CC, hello, without any other outfit. So I had to make sure that I was going ahead and giving her these outfits. Excuse these long pauses. I was also working on the side, so I took a call. I tried to cut out as much as I could, but either way, here we are. So this is Curtis. I was actually fine with most of the outfits that the game randomly generated for him. Not this outfit, which you see me do change. I gave him a very generic outfit. Again, you can see that I'm not like very passionate about this family, but they're super sweet, they're super kind, and they're just a fun family to play if you want peaceful gameplay. So thank you for watching, and I'll see ya next time.